What's going on, Leo? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having a fantastic week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just the best, Leo, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey. Now, the theme of this week's monthly spread is a new one, Leo. It's going to be a planetary energy spread. And, new idea for this Aries season. I figured, when every time that the sun changes over to a new sign, I plan on doing just like a planetary check, let you know where the energies are at and then how we can work with them. So hopefully you like that, Leo. You're my first one, so brace yourself. And then lastly, just so you're all aware, see, I'm getting it together. This is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation, okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been cleansed. Gems, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Leo. So, Leo, before you jump in the mix here, I got all kinds of, why bust this out on Cancer's channel? But I got some Oracle cards in the mix here. This is a brand new one here. If you're the first that I'm using this one on here, so congrats. But just so you all know before we get into this reading here, these readings that I do, they're not gender-specific readings, so apply the energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? And then lastly, the decks that I'm working with, this one is the Zodiac 108 Intuit deck, Intuit Oracle deck. This one's from these cards are from the Astrology Oracle deck for short. And then this bad boy, OG deck, is Aleister Crowley's Thoth deck. And I'll include links for, look at that, these decks and other ones that I like down in the description box below. So definitely check that out if you're interested there, Aries. Oh, nice. Nice. I'm with this, Leo. Oh, so much Aries energy. I'm with you. Okay. Nice. Alrighty. So we got your Oracle cards here. Alrighty. So, how I plan on doing this, I got all the signs that are every sign that a planet is in, and we're going to talk about each of the planets in the sign, talk about the Oracle cards, and pull some cards and see how we can work with the energies, Leo. So we're just going to we're really going with the flow today here, so buckle up. But let's get into it, because let's talk about this party that's going down in Aries, because 3 planets are chilling there. Well, 1 luminary, 2 planets. You got the sun, first off. Sun entered there, depending on when you're watching. It entered there on the 20th of March, and it'll be there until the 19th of April. And this begins the zodiac year. It's spring is here. This is freshness is coming. We're waking out of hibernation. And with everything that's going down, Leo, we're definitely going to need to get into action. So I like that this is a good time, and this is energy to be mindful of too, Leo, that it comes with impulses for growth, and there's like a spirit of optimism that is here. Fire energy it brings that life into our journey. So that's, I feel, is going to couple that with your sunshine, man, you're going to really kind of help us out through this time, Leo. But also, Mercury is going to be entering Leo as well, or on the 18th of today, actually, when I'm recording this, of March, and then we'll be there until the 3rd of April. And with Mercury in Aries, we may express our ideas with more passion, and we may be open up for, we're more confident in when we're communicating. And then also, our thoughts become a little more courageous and innovative. So, what perfect energy, I feel like, to really kind of help us get through all this craziness that's going down here. We can kind of bring in some fresh solutions, Leo. And then lastly, Big Daddy Jupiter's in Aries, and he's been in Aries for the last year, but he'll be there for a little bit longer until May 15th of this year. And with Jupiter still in Aries, Jupiter ignites like innovative ideas and sharp intuition in this sign, and it's an opportunity to let go of like any kind of past limitations and come up with some like new solutions, and this is a great energy for like for self-teaching and learning. There's with so many resources that are out there. Jupiter really promotes, higher learning, Leo. So take the risk and try new things, or, increase on existing things. But let's keep it moving. But hold on, before we get into that, so that's all the planets in the mix here. Let's get to your oracle card. So your oracle card here, in which, Leo, this already shows me that you're going to get ready to bring it, Leo, because for the Aries card, you got the first card in Aries of the Aries cards. This is number 1, and you got number 9 here, the last card of that. So look at you completing cycles. But you got the Diamond, which is creative force, Leo, faithfulness, Leo, value, perfection, brilliance, commitment, light, purity, esteem, unconquerable force, multidimensional, multifaceted, invincible spiritual power. Look at you, Leo. And that's the kind of confidence, that's the kind of energy that we're going to need coming in now and going forward. This Leo, that's everything that I've been trying to tell you. I feel like up until this point, this is the type of stuff that we're gonna need to bring, and that may sound like it's one thing to be like, yeah, I actually am that great, but no, Leo, really believe that, because with the Chariot, and I love the Chariot in this deck, because he's a great example for me, of really being in the energy of like in your victory, like in that, what I want to say, being in the energy of like your future self. Because most of the Chariots, they're usually like on the go. They're ready, they're in motion. We're getting ready to take out and go on this thing. But I like this one because he's meditating in his energy. This here is the Holy Grail. What did this say? Unconquerable force. And that's where I feel like you need to be, the energy that you need to be in right now, Leo. Be in that confident solar energy that I can create anything that I want. I can manifest my dreams. This situation that's going down, got it. Because in Leo, really, because if you find that that maybe you are seeing some challenges with everything, how the energies have been shifting so far, this really is an exceptional time for you. And I was just telling Aquarius this is an exceptional time for you for your skills to really shine, and for your creativity to really flourish. We're in an age where we need to think outside of the box, with all the banks going through their shenanigans. We're going to need some alternative ways of doing stuff, and maybe thinking of some creative ways to getting some side resources and some income and things like that. So mess around with that, Leo. What does that look like? How do you create victory? How do you create diamonds out of a disaster here? And whatever. And that's that I feel like it's a disaster. I just feel like it might have been a bit of a shock at first, Leo, with everything that's going down for the Soul Tribe. But I feel that it's really, in all that craziness, there is equal good that is happening, simultaneously, Leo. The spring is still coming. So let's be a part of that force. Let's be one of those things that are ushering in this change, this esteem, this in brilliance, perfection. I mean, come on, shine bright like a diamond, Leo. Come on. All right, I might like these oracle cards. They might be a good add-on here. More. Let's see how else we can work with these energies, Leo. And that's a great thing to start off. Like 2 of the initiator cards, Leo. I like that. You know, Aries and Cancer. Come on. Ooh. Yeah, Leo. Yeah. Okay. Leo, you got the 6. Oh, we got 6 of Wands, Queen of Wands, 8 of Wands, and the Empress. What's good? Any more here? No, because this is an abundant little stack here. Leo, this is time, because with the 6 of Cups and 6 of Wands in reverse here, with everything that's going down, Leo, yes, it can be a stressful time, but that doesn't mean that you can't have fun in the mix. That's what these 2 cards are about, really making some time for some fun for yourself. And I feel like, you know, Leo, that can really help with some others too, you know, bringing in some of this, bringing in some fun. But I feel like that's doing things that bring you joy, I feel like is going to be of really big importance for you right now, Leo. Just because, you know, got Queen of Wands, that's Aries card. And then I feel like with this 8 of Wands, just all this heat, I feel that there's going to be a balance, Leo. You know, I feel like you can find a way to take all this joy and like all these, if you have any kind of like creative ideas or anything, I feel that it's time to put the energy into this stuff and get this stuff cooking up now. You know, really start manifesting your own abundance, because the Empress, she is mad abundant. The Queen of Wands, she is abundance. But here's the thing with the Queen of Wands, she's the type that she likes to think first and she'll figure it out later. She's a creative type. She thinks on her toes, you know, and that's something that I feel that, you know, she's my cool as a cucumber card. Even when things are going down here, she's got it, because she knows at the end of the day what's going to happen. You know, when she works this stuff out here, abundance is going to come through. But this is something that we're going to need to work on, Leo, that we're going to need to find some new ways, I feel like, of getting your abundance, Leo. But that doesn't mean that it has to be an arduous thing. You know, I feel like this is something that you can enjoy, and I hope that makes sense. Or I feel like this is something that you can create, you know, or something like, yeah, really just with all this victory here, Empress, Chariot, 6 of Wands, these are all things, this to me is just you manifesting your abundance and your happiness and all of that. But it's really going to be a matter of when do you want to get started. And when you do, I feel like things are going to start picking up, because this is going to be a busy month going forward. You know, things are going to really things are already heating up, but things are really going to start picking up, Leo. So work with this heat. Take this month, you know, and really put this energy into practice, because you're going to need it, and we're going to need it, Leo, you know, for whatever it is you're manifesting here. Now, let's get to this Taurus energy here, because with Taurus, the lovely Empress is actually at home in Taurus. Venus, the Empress is represented by Venus. And she entered there on the 16th of March, and she'll be there until the 10th of April. And with Venus being in Taurus, this is an ideal time to bring up any kind of like any sort of love, money issues. It's a good chance to bring that out in the open. The Empress is at home and she's got to figure out with everything that's gone down, she's got to get her coins in order, like the thing, and get back to get her security back right. This is also a good time too, if we're entertaining love right now. This is prime dating time. Taurus energy is very sensual, very much about nice things and treating yourself, and great time for any kind of courting or anything like that. But it also encourages us to just slow down and really be in the moment. And that's where I really feel like, Leo, with all this creative, and we're going to pull some cards on this, but really with just all this fun, winning energy here, be in the moment, Leo. You can really enjoy your time in all of this, and that may sound kind of weird, but I do feel that this doesn't have to be just like, the sky's falling kind of time. No. The sun is shining. How fantastic. You like that? And then the other planet that's and been chilling in Taurus for a while there, Uranus is still in Taurus, and it'll be in Taurus for another couple of years. And with Uranus and Taurus, we've been feeling this for a while, but I feel like now really Uranus is like meaning business. It's like as he's transiting out, he's like doing some last minute, just like, I forgot to do this. Let's get the banks. Let's get this. Let's get that. That's Uranus energy. Really, it really shakes up the foundation of things. And with it being in Taurus, it shakes up the foundation for finances, material possessions, and it could even weigh down on our self-esteem, because when we don't feel like we have the security of, like our security is falling, then that can affect how our self-esteem is, Leo. And something too, this invites us to find, or you may notice, already with the banks, but like the housing, stock market, everything like that type of stuff is going to change. And your Oracle card, I like that, what you got in here. And this, I feel like, is going to be a good balance, because I feel, especially with Venus coming back home and kind of, checking out to see what Uranus is doing in her house. But you got the Shield card here, another one of Aries cards. So you see, taking action. And really, you got 4 cardinals out of 5. That's sick. But the Shield card is defensive, protect, support, safeguard, block, guardian, stand up for, being prepared, heroic, stronghold, security, ward off unwanted energies, be on guard, and withstand. And absolutely, all of that, with everything that's going down, be sure to protect your energies. Be mindful of the information that's coming in, because people might be in a panic right now, and so you're not sure where everyone's going to be at. It's like I tell you at the beginning, take what resonates with you, leave the rest with them, and see where that leads them, because there's going to be, you got the 7 of Cups here. 7 of Cups is a card of debauchery, and I feel that this is what happens when we panic and we feed in a bunch of negativity, in that, the skies is falling and whatnot, instead of providing solutions. I never understood that, when there is something going down, like why, like, nature my problem. But Leo, if there's anything, that is sullying up your cups, or that is affecting your security, or your foundation, your energy, and not even just yours, even the people around you, your family, your friends, your loved ones, being mindful of that and letting them know that too, and because even with everything that's changing, who's to say Uranus still might have some unfinished business, over these, because Uranus will be in Taurus until July 7th of 2025, like the day before my birthday. So it's going to be watch for this, Leo. There may be a lot of toxic, maybe news, toxic people, whatever going down, So we want to make sure that we're being a stronghold, that we're staying, and that our confidence level as well, our confidence level is staying strong too. Let's see what else we got for this. And yeah, and this is not for me to scare you, Leo. This is just to keep your wits about you. You know, be mindful and aware of everything that's going down at this time, because there are going to be those that may try to make the most out of this. All right, what else we got here? We got the nice more Two of Wands, and we got the Hanged Man here. And you know, Leo, I feel that this is a good time. While you're having fun, do some reflection. You know, this is a time of new perspectives. I'm thinking of, because we're the old way of doing things is changing. It's already changed. So this is a card of coming at it from a different angle. You know, considering different perspectives. Because what ends up happening, if we keep going at things the same way, I feel like then this card turns into more of a redemption through sacrifice. And then it's like, how much do you, okay, you don't want to learn the lesson, then how much are you going to be willing to give until you stop for a second and realize that the game has changed. Mars and Aries, you know, so this Mars is this is a dignified card, and this is about getting a game plan, Leo, establishing establishing your foundation again, you know, just like, hey, what's happening, you know, where are we going to go from here, what do we want to do, and then let's take action. Let's get our foundation back on point here. And again, I feel that the Empress, you know, while she's in this sign, this is going to be a good time that she's going to kind of lessen some of that shock a little bit that's going down in our maybe in our like financial security. So just something to be mindful of there, Leo. But now let's move on to Cancer. Any more here? Let's move on to Cancer, because Mars is going to be moving into Cancer on the, I love how in tune you are, Leo. You've got Cancer's card and the fourth card. Look at you. Good time for you. Auspicious time. I'm going to take that as definitely as a sign, Leo. But with Mars being in Cancer, you know, it's an interesting type of energy, because Mars is normally very hot, very much about action. Let's do it, and let's right now. But with it being in Cancer, energy is going to feel a little watered down a little bit. And it's going to be like, if we're not emotionally connected to something, then it's like we're less likely to take action. You know, Mars in Cancer is one of those, it really has to mean something. It has to speak to you, I feel like, in order for you to do something. But something to be mindful of too, Cancerian energy is very emotional energy. You know, we're very sensitive, and my son's in Cancer. And it's one of those, if you're not used to being in that energy often, sometimes when the emotions kind of crank up there, it can get you in a weird kind of state where you become reactive as instead of proactive. It's a weird place for Mars to be when Mars is emotional. So we just want to be mindful of that, you know, that we're just, be aware of the emotional state at this time. And with the Oracle card that you got here, Leo, you got the Mirror card, which is self-aware, seeing clearly, ego, facing issues, self-assessment, self-improvement, insecure, making comparisons, reflections, obsessed, narcissistic, vain, self-love, and self-appreciation. And you know, Leo, I feel with this Mirror card, I don't feel like this is an ego thing. I feel like it's more about seeing you for who you really are, and bringing your dreams to light here, and seeing if there are any type of things that are holding us back, or that are any kind of like limiting beliefs, whether that be yours or maybe someone else's, that are keeping us down, and facing those issues, you know, and being and something too, Leo. Just when I'm thinking about, see, this like this reflection, really think about everything that has gone down up until now, and everything that you've done, you know. And it's like, are you, Leo. Okay. Are you happy with where life is right now? Is this where you kind of saw things? And if not, what ways do you want to improve? Because this is a cycle. You know, we're ending up on a bunch of cycles here. You know, just this season alone is going to be so busy. So this is a good time. If there are any areas in our lives where we feel like we want to improve, do some self-assessment. You know, what better way to pour this Mars energy than into yourself? Because that's something you can definitely, we should all be very passionate about ourselves and wanting to improve in that aspect. So yeah, take time for that, Leo, and do some self-love. Oh, especially with the Empress here. Talk about some self-love. Hold up. I promise I'm going to stop throwing cards out all around the place. Especially with the Empress popping up here, Leo. That's another thing, you know, taking care of yourself. What else we got? Five of Wands. So, more. And you know, Leo, when I was talking about that emotions in Mars, there may be some times of frustration where it feels like things may not be going your way. And it's being with that. You know, sometimes I find when we get in really hot emotions sometimes and we're not sure how to react in the moment, you know, or any type of emotion for that matter. Sometimes we can get caught up in it, we can beat ourselves up, and it does. When we get lost in that spiral, it becomes a mess, Leo, and then it prevents us from moving, and then it messes with our manifestation. It's be mindful of where your energy's at, because listen, with what's happening right now and all of that may be very frustrating, and all of that, I get it. We're all going through it right now, but we got to persevere. We keep it moving, because you got all this momentum here. We keep it moving, Leo. You reflect on what's gone down, sure, assess, and then what are we going to do next? Where are we going to go from here? So I'm with that. Now let's get to Aquarius, because man, this is the biggest one, Leo. Pluto is going to be entering Aquarius on the 23rd of this month of March, and it's going to be doing a little bit of a dance. It'll start in Aquarius from the 23rd till and then will retrograde into Capricorn. I think about June 12th is when it'll retrograde into, or June 11th when it will retrograde into Capricorn, and it'll be there for the rest of the year, and then move officially into Aquarius on the 21st of January of the 2024. So we're only going to get a little bit of a little flavor of what's going down with Pluto in Aquarius, but it's going to be an innovative one. I mean, and this may sound hyperbolic, Leo, but this is like the beginning of like a communal and like technological revolution, in my opinion. You know, Aquarian energy is very much about the collective and about, I mean, they're ruled by Uranus, you know, revolutions and change and innovation. And societal rules are going to, whatever the norm is going to go out the window, Leo. The world is about to go through a hanged man situation. It's inevitable. And again, that's not for you to be scared. Be mindful, absolutely, but get pumped, because we're sure there may be some craziness going down, but there's some beautiful work that's happening too. There are empresses being born, and they're doing great work. But this is going to be a time where uniqueness, I feel like, shines, and technological advances. I mean, really, they're going to, things are going to improve. You know, there might be some government things that may go down. Game changer, because Pluto only changes signs every 20-ish years or so. So something to be mindful of. And the oracle card that you got with this, Leo, you got the headache card, which is poor health, dis-ease, illness, unpleasant, crisis, emergency, body signal, needing self-care. So 2 cards of self-care. Needing self-care, root cause, annoying, disagreeable, something's off, pain, and underlying conditions. So Leo, so starting off, know that this is not medical advice, but I will say this is something that I've personally been feeling for a while. You know, this is more so like intuitively that there's been a lot of Virgo energy I've noticed that's been kind of going around a little bit in the cards, and just something I've, you know, just in watching people, be mindful of your health. And I mean, your you know, check in with your physical body, make sure that that's doing well, check with our mental health, our spiritual health. And you know, be mindful of those around us as well, you know, and making sure that, yeah, got the devil here. Be mindful of any kind of intoxicants, any sort of things that are not good for the vessel at this time. Music, news we're consuming, again, food we're eating, making sure that we're taking care of the body during this time, because this energy here, if we resist this change, Leo, and it's not like it's not going to happen, but it's just going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be a lot, and this is a time of if there are things that are holding us back, we have to let that stuff go. So in order for us to grow, the devil wants us to grow. And if there are things and you know, I'm even feeling like with this, going back to that mirror card from that oracle card, when it's talking about self-awareness, Leo, you know, let's be honest. You know, it's not about ignoring stuff. You know, if you've noticed, like, oh, this has been bothering me for a little while, like, and I mean, you know what a little while is. If it's something like, okay, maybe if it's been like a couple days, like, that's no thing. But this is, let's say, for example, if your arm's been hurting for like months, let's not ignore these things, Leo, because that's how if we let this stuff fester, that's how it becomes more dis-ease, and then it becomes a whole big mess. So just making sure that we're dealing with stuff, and anything too, Leo, that's just like not resonating with us, or that just lowering our vibrations, you know, cutting some of that stuff down, you know, that's going to be, I feel like, really important during this time. And oh, look at you, Mar. So we got the Knight of Disc here, Virgo energy. You see what I'm talking about? Virgo energy, and then you got Mars, you got 3 of Disc, which is Mars and Capricorn. But this to say, Leo, this is something that I feel like that make sure that we're taking charge of this. And you know, as also, I feel like that this is something where you can be an example, Leo. You can be that anchor that people need at this time. You see how this Knight of Disc is shining? You know how he's got these beams of light going off of him? I feel that if we're taking care of ourselves, if we're taking care of, like, you know, our security, you know, having some fun, you know, making time for recreation, getting our stuff, you know, living a balanced life, Leo. I feel that it could inspire others to put in that work as well, so we can have Knight of Disc all over the place, you know? And this is really what I mean when I talk about, like, leading by example, because sometimes this is what people like. It's nice to see someone thriving in uncertainty, because then that sparks a question, hey, what did you do so that I can do it? Like, it helps, it forces them out of their hanged man situation, helps them see the light, like, oh, there is another way of going about this than what I've been doing. But, you know, it's one of those things definitely that it's going to take some work, Leo, and becoming, like, making this a routine and whatnot. But I find that you keeping the routine, keeping yourself grounded during this period of time is going to really be beneficial for just all of us. So spread the word, Leo. This is not the time to be, it's a great time for passion and, you know, and doing what we desire, like bringing our desires and our dreams to the mix, but not for just like craziness, you know what I mean? So let's get to the last little bit here, because now we got Pisces energy. And we got 2 planets chilling in Pisces. We got Saturn, which entered Pisces earlier this month at March 7th, and it will be in Pisces until for a while. Saturn stays in signs for about a little over about 3 years or so, but it'll be in Pisces until May 24th of 2025. But with Saturn in Pisces, this is Saturn can be a bit of a hard ass, but this is actually a really lovely placement or lovely place for Saturn to be right now, because now he's a little dreamy, because this allows us to look inward and to connect with any dreams. And this is where I was talking about this kind of fun stuff, you know, if we can do some more stuff like connect with our dreams and do some stuff that we enjoy doing, I feel that changes are going to start coming for you fast, Leo. But it's a great time to gather up details, work with that Virgo energy that you've imagined, and see what happens, you know. But you may notice something too, you know, while you're going through this, while these old feelings may be coming up, that you may be feeling a little restless, might be feeling kind of anxious or having trouble sleeping, you know, that's dis-ease, you know, headache, the headache card. Be mindful of that. You know, are we getting good sleep? And something too, Leo, when I was thinking about that sleep, you know, something to be mindful of. Pisces, you know, is almost like very psychic energy. And so if some of us have been noticing that we've been getting visions in like our dreams or something along those lines, having a dream journal, you know, because that could be where your ideas are, where your abundance are, where this chariot, you know, this victory may lie. So just something a little side there, something, Leo. And then also, Neptune is in Pisces, which Neptune's been in Pisces for like, you know, just chilling there. Which Neptune is at home in Pisces. Neptune stays in a sign, I want to say, for about 14 years. I want to say it's about 14 years. But she'll be in Pisces till about March 30th of 2025. But this is a great energy for, I mean, just like you want. Imagine Neptune in Pisces is like Ace of Cups times 20. It's just limitless compassion, you know, and the value of coming together really shines through. You know, I feel with, because Leo, little spoiler alert, I feel that really coming together, getting in touch with your spirituality and all of that, and really having those connections, that self-reflection and all of that, getting that awareness of ourselves is going to be really important, you know, coming into, especially I feel like over these next couple of years until about 2025, you know, we really want to come together and really, you know, raise the vibration and doing stuff that we love and, you know, co-creating and all of that, you know, the more we can be in each other's energies, I feel, and really work together, the better that I feel things are going to be for us as a soul tribe, Leo. But let's see what with your oracle card that came in this Pisces energy. You got Capricorn's ninth card, which is Master, and that has discipline, working smart, focus, structure, teacher, training, conquer, overcome, controlled, learning a skill, in the flow, authoritarian, and commanding presence. And so, and then we got the Lovers here. And I feel that more, ooh, and that's okay. That's all we got there. So you know what? We're going to switch back over, Leo. Hold up. Because with the Lovers, I feel like it's connecting with that energy, connecting with this leader, you know, because this Master card really gives me like a leader, you know, getting ready, or to, you know, someone like, or like an expert coming into their power and really starting to understand their gifts. And that's where I feel like, Leo, you know, let's talk about this Neptune in Pisces and Saturn in Pisces. This is really good spiritual energy for you right now to really understand what your gifts are, how do we hone them, and to just form that oneness within you. You know, the Lovers really is this is for me is almost like your higher self just kind of winking at you and just wanting to form that connection. And the nice thing too about the Lovers is that this is a choice, Leo. You get to you have to make this decision. Do you how does this next cycle look for you? How's this next 20 years about to look for you? Because I mean, well, you know what? And I won't even put that kind of pressure with Leo or with Pluto, but really, Leo, how's the next couple of years about to start looking? Let's start getting some plans in the mix here and start really discovering self, because I do feel like that's going to be very important during this time. So yeah, just something to think about. But I think I'm gonna leave that there, Leo. I hope you like that. I hope that made sense, how to work with this energy. You're definitely my first go. I was just kind of winging it there. So it's something that I definitely want to make it like a thing. And I'm going to kind of switch up the spreads just to add some freshness. But yeah, if you resonated with that, give it a thumbs up and then share this. We need the information, Leo, with everything that's going down. I really do. And kind of like doing some forecasting, it just seems that this it's going to be such an exciting time, Leo. I'm personally really pumped. Where yes, there are going to be shenanigans in the mix, but shenanigans can't hold a light to sunshine, so it don't even matter. But yeah, share that, and then if subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell button if you want to get notified when I release videos each week. Social media, I am on Insight Timer. That's been like my big one. I started a group on there called Zodiac's Raising the Vibration, and it's just a little group to, anyone can join. And it's just a safe space to just like drop positive affirmations or encouraging messages, anything along those lines, anything to kind of help raise the vibration. I put a one in there every day. So even if you just need to just stop by and just want one just to kind of just a mantra to carry through your day, just a little pocket of positivity, got you, Leo. And yeah, check that as Insight Timer. And again, that's Zodiac's Raising the Vibration. I am on Facebook and Instagram. When I'll do something with them, we'll see where technology is going, because who knows, maybe it won't even be a thing. But then lastly, I was like, what else are we doing? Not that you needed a ticket, Leo, but you got like one of the hottest ticket to get to the Chariot and Friends. But the Chariot and Friends is my other channel, and it's for those of you if you have Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mars, wherever, But we discuss lunar shenanigans, talk about the lunar phases. That's why I didn't talk about the moon here. If you are curious about the moon phases, I literally that's all we talk about is the moon over at the Chariot and Friends. So check that out. Even if you just want to know, like at the beginning, I usually do the lunar stuff before I get into the reading. So and I got stuff timestamped. So if you want to, maybe I'll timestamp those. I'll play around with that, but. Yeah, if you ever want to know where the lunar stuff is, I got you. All your planetary needs, Justin's working on it right here. And all that housekeeping down in the description box below. But let me get you a surprise card so I can get you out of here, Leo. Interesting. You got the Ten of Swords here. And yeah, you know what? Yeah, we're going to get a surprise card from this Oracle deck here, because why not? Because why not? I'm glad we did that, Leo. Because you got the Phoenix here. I'm with it. Scorpio's card. Let's start with this Ruin. Because this, to me, this is actually really lovely. Because the Ten of Swords can be an intense card. It can be a card of like hitting rock bottom. Just really kind of lost in your head. Like, the worst. It's like your bad day met your worst day, and then they decide to have a baby. And that can be Ten of Swords. But the nice thing about the Ten of Swords, minus that metaphor, is that it also heralds the end of delusions. Because the thing is, Ten of Swords doesn't last forever. There's no 11 of Swords. And the nice thing about the Ten of Swords, the rock bottom, the betrayal, the worst day, is that there's only up from here. Because with this mighty Phoenix that you just became here, Leo, you're transformative, eternal, well, it says transformation, eternal soul, renew, resurrection, rebirth, destroy, Rising from the ashes, emerge, new era. Alchemy, transmutation, ascension. The end is just the beginning. Leo, you know, for being my first spread here of this go round, this is going to be a good time for you, Leo. You know, I feel that if you work with that creative energy, you are, because this is what's happening with the soul tribe. This is what society is going through. It's the phoenix. It's everything is burning right now, and now we're gonna get ready to rise up. And I don't feel like it's not just like a wildfire. Think of it as spring heat coming in, sunshine shining down. You know, that's what's getting ready to this new era that's coming in, Leo. Where do you want to be in that? You know, how do you look in this new age? Because, listen, it may sound hyperbolic. It may be all the Leo in my chart that's hyping it up, but I feel it. Something spectacular is getting ready to go down here. Your cards are based off this spread here. You're confirming it, so I'm with it. But I think I'm gonna leave that there, Leo. So I hope you enjoyed that, because I would like to continue doing this in the future. So let me know, you know, because then you know, we'll change stuff up if need be. But you stay safe out there, and Leo, going through this time here, let's raise that vibration through the roof. Let's start this new era, this new generation off right, and show them how it's done. And I will catch you on the next one later.